I'm going to start by sharing my screen with a little bit of information about your plan in general. So I'm not sure if a number of you have been in a 401k plan before. So a couple of things that are a little bit different. Let me kind of head back here. This just talks about, this is sort of a plan analytic. You know, our average participant contribution right now with all of our participants is about $23.29 a year. This is the age groups of people who are participating. Total contributions so far year to date for this year have been about $158,000. We have a pre-tax option and we have a Roth option. The plan also takes rollovers, and there is a safe harbor match for participants. So let me sort of start with the match. The advantage to being in a 401k plan is that once you start to contribute, the employer will give you matching contributions. You have some eligibility before you become eligible, and I know Anjanette usually will let me know when a number of participants have become eligible to enroll. Once you meet eligibility, you can contribute anywhere up to $19,000 if you're under age 50, and then there is a $6,500 catch-up to that if you are over age 50. So there's quite a bit of dollars that you can actually participate and contribute to the plan. You will pick how the money is invested. You will pick how the company's contributions and matching contributions are invested. You will pick a beneficiary election. So if something happens to you and you pass away while you are an employee of Med-Scribe, then you will also have your beneficiaries collecting your 401k dollars. Nothing ever goes back to the employer, particularly once that the match is made. And the way that the match is calculated is it's a dollar for dollar based upon a percentage. So as soon as you contribute up to 3%, you're getting 100% match. On the next percent, which is 4, you're getting a 50% match. And on your next percent, which is 5, you're getting a 50% match. So the way that this actually calculates out is if you put in 5%, the employer matches 4%. That's what we call maximizing the match. That's when you're going to be collecting the most money that you can collect from the employer in the form of a match. Now, unlike some 401k plans, you'll notice here that we have participant loans of 0. So we do not have a loan provision to get money out of the plan at Med-Scribe. If you leave Med-Scribe, all of your dollars as well as the employer's dollars will go with you, and you can transfer them to either an individual IRA account in your name or to another employer's 401k plan. Typically, all 401k plans will accept another 401k plan's contributions and dollars. So this one will also allow you to roll over 401k dollars from another plan if you have dollars sitting out there and you'd like to get it all into one place. Consolidating some of these plans is really a good idea. But getting money out is really not going to be easy because there isn't a loan. So you should be careful that when you do contribute, that you're contributing dollars that you've set aside for long term. And I think maybe if someone can sort of confirm this for me, but I am pretty sure that, Laura, do you allow participants to change their percentages and stop contributions and start at any time? Okay, perfect. So that's really your opportunity. You know, you want to be able to put as much money into this plan as possible, and get it starting and working for you for as long as possible. There are numerous changes that are taking place inside 401k plans right now. The largest sweeping changes took place last year on the last couple of days of December, and most of those rules are going to be effective starting January of this year, January of next year, and then January of 2025. And you can tell by the way the changes are being made that the government is not hoping that Social Security becomes your only retirement income cash flow, that you actually start to capitalize on saving your own dollars and taking advantage of matching contributions from employers. They now will allow part-time people starting January of next year. Part-time individuals can start to enroll in a 401k plan. And, good for Med-Scribe, you can turn your contributions on and off whenever you'd like to. You can increase or decrease contributions whenever you like to. So you can always start to save, leave a bucket of money that's there. If you have to turn it off for a little bit and then turn it back on, that is certainly your options. We also have a really nice lineup of investments, and I would say this is where you should utilize myself and a couple of members of my team at Keystone. We are a local asset manager. We are in East Rochester. My information is available once you log on to the portal. You should see my name, my email, and my office phone number. If any of you would ever like to take 10 minutes and review with us your investment options, either while you're already enrolled, I always say it's a good idea to take 15 minutes with us once a year just to review your asset allocation. How are you invested? Making sure that you're not too aggressive, but also that you're not too conservative. We have a really nice lineup of investments here, and there's really something for everybody to choose from. Right now, this is exactly how all of our participants are invested. So we have 47 participants in the plan. This is by age group, and it will break down into growth and income, equity income. And as I go down this list, it gets less and less aggressive. So there's really something for everybody here. This is actually a breakdown of dollars and how everyone is invested right now. There are some funds that are available that we don't necessarily have people invested in just yet. So I'm also going to go over here. So this is actually out on the Med-Scribe portal right now. I'm looking at all of your investment options. And what you should see is that there are some nice opportunities in just about every category. Growth category is going to be your most aggressive investment options. Some of these are all US, the Growth Fund of America, the Growth Portfolio are all mostly domestic. Euro-Pacific is an international, Global Growth is an international. Going down the page, you'll find that most of these, as we go down, will take in a little bit less stock and a little bit more bond. So for a lot of participants, if you want to be somewhere in the middle, you want to be truly a moderate investor, there is a portfolio for you, the Moderate Growth and Income. There's also a Global Balanced. This would be for somebody, I'm moderate, but I do want an international focus. I want some international exposure. And it's good to have a little bit of everything, particularly if you are young and you want a long-term horizon, because that's where you're going to make the most money. We never know when small caps are going to do better than US large companies or international companies. So if you have a well-allocated portfolio where you have a little bit in each category, you've practiced the basic concept of not putting all your eggs into one basket. But when that basket happens to be the winning basket with the best returns, then at least you'll have some exposure to that. So really allocating everything in a little bit of each fund is not a bad idea. And that's what we do. That's what we get paid to do on this plan, is to help you set up your investments and review those for you every year. You also have what's called a target date. This is absolutely required of every 401k plan. If for some reason you didn't want to build your own portfolio by utilizing us, a target date is a way for you to look at which 5-year period of time is the closest to when you're going to be age 65. That would be your target date. So let's just say that the target date that's closest for me is 2035. That would mean that the way that your portfolio is allocated is every 5 years, as you get closer to retirement, they're going to automatically rebalance this portfolio for you and go in a little bit less stock and a little bit more bond. Now, sometimes that is a good way to look at things. Other times, it may not be a good way to look at things. And here's an example of that. In the last 4 to 5 years, bonds have not been the best performing asset. If you were in a bond fund, you were probably pretty flat. Interest rates have been very low. So you probably earned maybe 2.5% to 3%. If you were in the stock market for that same period of time, you might have earned 14 to 15%. Let's say now you're getting ready to retire. You don't want to be sitting in 2% bonds the day that you retire. So people that were getting very close to retirement for the last 4 or 5 years, bonds were not the best way to go. So being in a target date might not have been suitable. Where I think we get the best use of target dates is if we look at like a 2065 or maybe a 2055. Those are younger individuals that have 30 plus years before they're going to retire. Those portfolios are very aggressive. And sometimes when I have a young person and I'm enrolling them for the first time, I don't mind using a target date fund because it's a great place for them to get a really well allocated portfolio, but that's very aggressive because they have the most time to make the most money. So let me just stop right there and see if you have any questions on matching contributions or the investment options. Okay. So the next thing that there's 2 last bits of information that I want to review with you. Inside of your 401k, you have a Roth component and you have a pre-tax component. And I don't know if any of you have had the opportunity to purchase Roth IRAs outside of your 401k or not, but a Roth component simply means that when I contribute to the plan, I'm putting in after-tax dollars instead of traditionally pre-tax dollars. So let's do an example. So let's say that I participate and I put $50 per pay period into my 401k. And if I'm doing the pre-tax option, that means that they're not taking any federal taxes or state taxes out of my contribution. So I put $50 per pay period into my 401k. My take home might only go down $43. The $7 is the difference I experience by not having them take out federal and state taxes. Let's fast forward. Now I'm going to retire. And let's say I have $500,000 sitting in my 401k plan. I'm no longer working. I'm now going to start taking money out of my 401k. Everything I ever put in there was pre-tax. When I start to take money out, I'm actually going to be taxed in the increments I take it out. So let's say based upon my $500,000, I take $20,000 a year to supplement my Social Security. You would be taxed every year on that $20,000 that you took out. The remaining funds are still invested and they are saved from taxes. You're not going to pay taxes until you take it out. Now let's do another example using the Roth. I'm now putting $50 a pay period into the Roth IRA. I'm sorry, the Roth side of my 401k. My take home is going to decrease $50. I am actually putting in after-tax dollars into the Roth component of my 401k. Now let's fast forward. Same $500,000, I'm retiring, and I'm taking money out of my Roth. No taxes. All of that dollars, all of that accumulation that I experienced inside of my 401k over the years I've been working, there are no taxes taken out on that bucket of money. When I go to withdraw that same $20,000, I don't pay taxes on it because I saved in the pre-tax side of my 401k. For young people, that is huge. You could probably have 50 to 60% of that $500,000 bucket that will never have to pay tax on. And sometimes I think when I look at the number of people that are participating in this plan and how many are doing pre-tax and how many are doing Roth, I realize that maybe we're not explaining this clearly enough or giving people that option to do that. So that's another idea that we try to review with you when you're taking that 15 minutes to enroll with us. The last thing I would like to go over is this form right here. And I did update both the analytics for the plan and this form in today's meeting, and I believe that someone on my team emailed you out all a reminder today as well. So this form is in here, and this will show you how to actually set up your account so that you can view it electronically online. There is a mobile feature, but I often encourage people to look at these types of programs on a computer if you can do it. I think it's easier. You can certainly make your own investment changes here. You can update your beneficiary elections. You can change the way you're contributing. A lot can be done electronically online. And I find that if we provide this form to most people, it's easy for them to get started. So anyway, I promise not to take about more than 20 to 25 minutes. I just wanted to introduce myself, make sure everyone knows that we are out there and available. Again, Bobby pays a fee to have us assisting you with this plan. So I would love it if more people called our office and took advantage of our financial services. So with that, I will see if there are any questions.
Yes, Marlene. This is Venice Nelson Brooks. Earlier you said that I wasn't enrolled. I'm not understanding what you meant by that.
So what we did is we pulled a list of participants and their current balance with the American Funds 401k. Now, you may have gotten enrolled maybe after I pulled my list, or you're just not showing a balance yet if you're newly enrolled. But I did not have a last name of Brooks.
It's
showing.
not Brooks. It's Nelson Brooks.
And it should be showing. She's been in our 401k program longer than I've been with Med-Scribe.
Yep, you are there. I was looking under Brooks.
Okay.
My apologies.
Now, I have a question, Marlene. Maybe I have to do it when I speak to you privately. If I already have a personal Roth account and I'm also contributing to a Roth under Med-Scribe, is that conflict, or am I going to be in trouble?
No, you aren't. And there's definitely rules for both sides. So inside of the 401k, as long as you are employed by Med-Scribe, you are eligible to enroll and be part of the plan. you can pick up to the maximum amount of 401k dollars and put it into Roth, 100% of it into Roth. You could do half into Roth, half into pre-tax. It does not have anything to do with the Roth that you're doing outside of the plan.
Oh, okay, very good. Because I have an outside Roth plan. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Marlene. My name is Heather. I just wanted to set up an appointment with you to really talk about what I have going on in my retirement portfolio. Is it best to email you for that or?
Yeah, and you should see my email on this invitation. I think I originally had set it up and sent it out to Laura and Angie. So
Okay.
yes, that would be the best way to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, and emailing me is perfect. And when you email me, say, hey, Med-Scribe employee, want to review my 401k. And then if you guys also give me like your availability, what time of day is best for you? Do you need something after work? That way I can go right to my calendar and we will do another virtual meeting like this. Sometimes people want to come into the office too with their spouses, or they want us to look at something else. General questions. I am a certified financial planner, so we do fee-based financial planning in addition to asset management, and we do a lot of pension and 401k work. Anything else? All right. Well, if you guys, like I said, feel free to contact me individually. I appreciate you guys taking, 20, 30 minutes to at least touch base on this. And I look forward to meeting you guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marlene.